Another round of applause for Dean. Next we have a man I've just had the privilege to meet actually, and his name is Michael Lee Belanger. Hopefully I said that right.
Yeah, man.
Good enough?
Yeah, perfect.
Welcome to life.
First of all, that was awesome, man. I guess some serious talents. But now it's time for something completely different. Like Dr. Octagon, I want to sprawl eight arms and spouting off about brain waves and raves and ways that we can enhance them until we've had enough weekend and stop seeking entrance to the great escape, thinking maybe we could dance our way into a greater reality than we have insanity. But like the roots, deep down truth is found inside a conch shell, the eardrums of Ella and Armstrong, laid back in scanty street corner poetics because their apartments need to be paid for, and they're thirsty for something they ain't never seen before. Like Charlie Parker, Aesop Rock, or Miri Baraka. A conscience, electric and eclectic, dissect it and discover the elements, the prevalence, the relevance of innovation, the relation of forgetfulness to remembrance to repetition, instances of consensual instrumental dissension. The delusion and confusion of a generation that can't separate fact from fiction from fad, like Atlas couldn't tell that the atmosphere doesn't merge with the ocean. When he shrugged out the parasites with the appetites of Jack Kerouac for new vistas and Bunyan for flapjacks and Burroughs for a fix. So that like all het cats, they never get fat, tax, nor lax, because too fast for that, they form the certain history between you and me, impregnating each other like circular sea worms swirling in the jakes, where Sage Francis is cleaning and thinking about the smell of the urine and slime of the shit that we're in. So praying to his lady, say, Liberty, what you think? Maybe we break now, or maybe we break down like Deltron with his spaceships and lasers at his hips, carrying out his master's orders on the moon, doing what he do because, well, we are all Jim Crow now, and these poems are gospel. As long as Whitman knows a dollar isn't worth the soldier's life and news that dreams explode, there's hope. That living, doing what we do, standing on each other's shoulders, growing louder and louder, we might light the fuse. And I want to be there, and I want you there too. That was influential. It's been a while, so I'm glad that I still remember the words to it. These, not so much, I'll need some cheat sheets. The first of this was written while reading Baudelaire, dating a beautiful single mother and, getting drunk and sleeping all every night. So it goes way back. It's called The Myth of Ugly. I've groomed the flowers of evil with pinking shears, have made sorrow beautiful. And cigarettes smoldering in ashtrays, the ultimate symbol of desire, are renewed in spark and crushed under the weight of waiting, where hangovers pass out on toilets and women's piss on pregnancy tests to find their one-night stand has left them single mothers. To these, I say that bastardom is the coming of Adam into the garden of apple blossoms eternally falling, and that bearing the fruit of knowledge, the heft of a sack over your shoulder, while stealing quietly through this orchard, is not a crime, but a solemn duty. That the earth is a rotting fruit, its maggots precursors of children, a family of worms that churn soil to grow petals groomed with pinking shears. Coming out of the same sort of era, we had a pilgrimage that we would make every Sunday morning to ease our hangovers. A little greasy spoon where you can drink your coffee black, get a gut bomb that would just fix it, cure whatever, right? It's called Al's Hamburger Shop. The sluggish steps of indomitable weariness drag the weight of a train wreck to a 10-fly diner at the edge of weight, where blue is the color of Sunday morning, grease, cheap cigarette and onion stink, knuckled eyes and headaches. And these are the men washed in the guiltless sin of work that hang the world, pea coats and funny hats on hook and stool to say their poems for the week. As Al, with griddles for elbows and smudged apron, slings hash and whistles for the grizzled who drink their coffee black and cough blood into handkerchiefs. thinking about, I suppose, food and sort of the static experience, religious experience. This one's called Gut Rot. Transpired, drinking binge late one night, get the munchies, feed yourself, whatever, sit in front of the computer, pull up the dictionary, and surf from word to word, right? You think, man, this is this amazing sort of web of language that we have. It's called gut rot. The condition of a caffeine binge in a country fried steak, whirling away the existential necessity of sleep in order to achieve enlightenment. Gut. One of two definitions, both of which are applicable here. One, noun. The lower abdomen of a creature, which serves as the repository, digestion, and absorption center for coffee and country fried steak. Two, verb. To extricate the noun of an organism so as to turn it into country fried steak. Rot. The breakdown of an aggregate into its composing aggregates so that one totality becomes many totalities in which the original is no longer in existence. Country fried steak. The thin-breaded steak fried in grease that I ate for dinner to provide the energy and sustenance my body needs to maintain its existence. Existence. The state of existing or being, the continuance of said state. Example. The country fried steak which I consumed for dinner existed, but has now been broken down into its constituent parts so that it no longer exists. I, however, continue to exist, as does my search for enlightenment. Enlightenment. The condition of understanding gut rot as the breakdown of my center of digestion and absorption, which makes possible the maintenance of my existence, so that I am slowly becoming a country fried steak. And as we all pass away, I suppose this is my rendering of the crossing of the river Styx. It's called In Transit. In transit. Faces past exhausted as headlines or milk cartons, torn corners, bald stories, the pinched heads of infants. Beyond the precise focus of window lids and obituaries, the meanings of the word gentleman and saint have lost distinction. In his little blue cap, black brim tilted down, the driver's eyes have retired into the mirror of a bus crowded by phantoms with poppies and ribbons, buttonholed through coats. Cornered, the door opens to an old man with a newspaper cradled between his body and hand and pocket, palming coins. This is another one. I've got the cheat sheets here for this. Try to go without it. Loses something, I think, when it's read from the page. I'm not sure how it'll translate. You guys don't have a lot of the problems that I suppose we do in America with sort of our health system and the like. And in particular, one thing that you'll see is that not only do we have commercials every 5 minutes of programming, the vast majority of those are for pills to help you get up out of bed or in your pants. And I mean, it's a constant barrage. Take this, take that, take this other thing. And so this was sort of written in response to that. Why the hell we just can't sort of get with the rest of the world. It's called pharmacological nonsense. Doctors fill your head up with neurotic nonsense, and they pass out John Hancock so that pharmacists can fill your head up with narcotics like pillboxes. It's a medical pets dispensing, drug-dealing representative without a conscience. And the diagnosis is premeditated. The symptoms are systematically described to indicate that you have a problem with attention deficit, erectile dysfunction, and depression. Question. Are you 12 into a week of 60 and tired already of balanced summaries, collection agencies, and totally free checking? Does an overdue mortgage, 2 kids that can't focus, and a wife that weighs in at over a deuce got you down when you only want to love again without the outbreak of a disease that affects 1 in 5? I know you know what I'm talking about. That dude herpes, he'd be your friend for life. And if your wife can't get it up, we can induce 7 hours of enormous erectile reactions. Though your options are still slim to none, because the old lady, she ain't in the mood. But don't worry, we can help with that too. Lose a few Big Macs and supersized fries from around the waistline, KFC and key lime pie from Applebee's for monster thighs. There is no need to exercise nor to compromise your busy schedule. Besides, you might hurt yourself upon that treadmill. So never mind the side effects or consequences of toll-free physicians, diarrhea, fatigue, impotence, amnesia, and nosebleeds, because we got this to fix that. a pill for everything and anything that ails you. See, happiness is for sale, and the patients are elated with this false sense of elation, while my patients with this no-knock alienation is running out, like the draftees and elderly to Canada, where prescriptions are filled at half cost and victims of this hypocritical drug wars are socialized, exposing the pharmaceutical companies trying to hide behind lie, find ways around Hippocratic oaths, drive the prices higher and higher like crack. The dealer has you hooked on HMOs and insurance policies just to fix you up with a monkey on your shoulder. Thank you guys for putting this on, for having me, allowing me to be up here tonight. You guys are doing a fabulous job. It's awesome. And I guess next we have the illustrious, the diabolical Mitch Cunningham.